Doc
Ate
She.
Nay. Yes, kasama natin.
Morning.
Morning,
Namin ni
morning.
Ate Lynn si Doc She
Lejano.
Lejano.
Saan ako?
Of course, sige po, dito na lang po. Of course, pag-uusapan natin ngayon ay how to interpret body gesture. Tama po ba?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yun.
That's
So,
the
paano
topic.
po may interpret? Kunyari, ito si Ate Rheena, nakaganyan siya.
interested
Oo, interested siya.
Yung knees.
Bigla kang gumana na.
May ganon.
Lagay mo na yung body language.
This one. So, paano po ba?
By the way, initially, ang kailangan tingnan nyo kaagad is interpretation nga, no? So, we're looking at it from the perspective of yung
Opo.
tumitingin sa'yo. Ikaw ang tumitingin. Ang hahanapin mo dyan na positive is, sasabihin ko na muna yung positive kasi mahirap pag sinabi natin yung negative, yun ang maaalala ng mga tao.
Yes.
And at the same time, ang brains kasi natin, hindi nag-interpret kaagad actually ng negative. Pag sinabi mong, don't do this, ang iniisip ng brain mo, yung do this, and then, ininegate mo. So, di ba minsan pag sasabihin mo, sana hindi ako madapa, sana hindi makadapa, madadapa ka. Because madadapa ako, wag.
Minsan
Madadapa ako sana.
Pag
Di ba?
nagbabalita kami, di ba? Pag kami
Exactly.
may mga words na hindi, tapos inuulit mo na tapos yun pa rin yung nasasabi mo, di ba?
Exactly. That's why you concentrate on the positive. So, ang gagawin natin positive body gestures are, first, start with the fingers.
Okay.
Yung fingers, normally together. If you're gesturing na hindi together, ang pinaka-together mo dyan is at least yung thumb at yung index. Yun ang i-gesture mo. Next, palm. Ang palm, normally dapat, excuse me, normally dapat up, nakataas.
Okay.
Yan yung positive. Kasi pag ginanyan mo, it's either
Stop.
positive siya, yes, exactly, stop, or you're showing someone that you have no weapon. But that's for medyo combative.
surrender.
Exactly.
Surrender, oo.
However, the other thing is, ang palms, you're showing your palm to show that you have no weapon. Your fingers are together because ang interpretation ng fingers separate is actually aggressive. Ang palm facing towards is also aggressive. Right? So, if it's open, not even cutting, 90 degrees cutting yan. It's also aggressive. So, it has to be open palm and up. Fingers together. If you want to do a gesture, actually, hindi ko nasasabihin na bad yung, but you can actually gesture with this. You can point. If you notice, meron tayong department store na if pag may tatanong ka, ituturo ka, hindi ba ganyan sila?
this way.
That's how they got that. Ngayon, ginagawa nila yun.
Okay.
The other is, kung meron kang, if you want to make a point,
Dapat ganun
make
daw.
the point either with the entire hand, with the
Yes.
open palm na,
Bawal daw
na
to eh.
facing up, or you can put 2 or 3 fingers together to make that point. Yes.
Okay.
Also.
Okay.
May separate history yung okay. Old Kensington yun eh. Na fingers like this. But this one is also all right because nga, it is still open palm and you are gesturing and making a point. Okay,
That way.
you are actually making a point when you say okay.
Pero pag ganito, medyo aggressive. Kunyari si Ate Rheena,
Actually,
ganyan
when you did that, yes,
Yung
exactly.
ganyan,
Yes.
So, masama yun, aggressive.
Correct.
Yun,
And then,
so
you're
kailangan-
gesturing right now, when you were gesturing, your fingers were apart.
Dapat
Best
close.
is the fingers are together.
Yun.
That's a non-aggressive stance when fingers are together. Next, arms.
Okay.
To interpret somebody who's medyo open, we discussed this, I think, the last time I was here. Yung pag naka-close, there are 2 ways to interpret that pa rin. Gumiginaw na panahon eh. Alam mo, giniginaw lang
Malamig,
talaga.
oo.
The other
Kailangan ng
is,
hugs.
like what she's doing, di ba hawak niya yung braso niya? Self-embrace yan eh. Self-reassurance.
Kailangan ka ng kahag eh.
But at the same time, pag nag-close, na nakasuot, or minsan close pa yung palms, aggressive stance, combative, and close talaga yung tao. So yan yung matitingnan pag gestures, whether the person is open, or sarado, or combative, makikipag-away, or hindi talaga interesado. Of course, iba pa yung gestures. Gesture pa rin naman na yung muka. Nakikinig sa'yo, hindi interesado, pero hindi interesado. Kikita mo kung saan pupunta yung mata.
Oo.
Tapos minsan,
Tingnan sarilo.
oo, yung ulo, gano'n. Now, gestures, pwede rin yung paa. Like, si Rheena, nung sinabi ko dati, hindi interesado, andito ako, pero yung paa niya nandun, doon pa siya nakatingin.
Ngayon nga alam ko na nakapoint na sa
oo,
kanya.
Kasi tinitingnan niya yung pagkain. Mas interesado siya rin kaysa
Kasi ako nun eh.
exactly. Yung ganun klase. But again, the caveat is, kailangan watch out for the things that you have to interpret because hindi mo pwedeng gawin na paisa-isa ang body language.
What about-
Clusters and together, plus bigyan mo ng chance yung tao na malaman mo like si Cong Erin, mga ganyan. Medyo, lagi siyang medyo formal.
Yeah.
But that's the way he is eh. Yan talaga yung forma niya na ganyan siya. Tsaka, kunyari, hindi ka tinitingnan. Maliit yung mata. Ano magagawa natin? Exactly. Ganyan, sikit. Hindi mo malaman kung tumitingin sa'yo, hindi. Pero nakangiti siya. And alam mo naman na tama yung ngiti because nagkikrinkle yung eyes tsaka yung nose with the smile. So, alam mo, genuine also.
What
Yes.
about if you're agreeing with someone, di ba? Kasi yung iba, ang ginagawa nila, nagtataas sila ng kilay na parang, okay, ganon. Yung iba
Yes.
naman,
Yes.
nag-nod sila. So, anong
Yes.
difference nun?
Actually, if you, eto naman, partly manipulative but at the same time, it diffuses tension. Pag merong nagsasalita and gusto mong ipakita na nag-agree ka, every so often you can nod. And at the same time, yung raised eyebrows is also a sign of surrender. Raised eyebrows, the smile, the nod, those are signs of surrender and agreement. Like, even if, for example, yung body language ni Rheena ngayon, nakasara. Pero, yung sara niya is because malamig. Pero, nakatingin sa'yo, tilted pa yung head. Ang head tilt naman is interpreted as positive also because you're showing your neck. The neck is one of the most vulnerable parts of our body. Andyan yung jugular mo eh. That's why, when an animal is cornered, it surrenders. You will notice it will expose its neck. Total surrender na yun. And I won't even go to the humans. Because when male and female, pag pinangitan ng female yung neck, dun sa male, surrender yun.
Ibang
That's a slight lang yan. And syempre, if you want to go that way, gesture also red is dilated pupils.
Yes.
Tapos nagsasmile or often. Gesture is touching the hair. Yan, those are positive signs.
Sir, Sarah, question. Yun daw nakaganito, masama ba talaga?
Kalumba ba?
Yung
Not
nakasalumba.
necessarily. It actually, ano yan eh, iffy ng konti. Kasi pwedeng nakaganyan ka because you're tired, pagod ka. But at the same time, depende kung ano yung position ng mga fingers.
meron pa iba.
Kasi pag
Paano mo
medyo
nakaganyan?
ganyan ka, parang it's a claw.
Nag-iisip.
Yung
So
gawa ni
parang
Ate Lynn.
pinipigil
Ganyan
mo yung sarili mo na mag-react negatively. Pag nilagay mo naman sa harap, medyo reserved ka. Pero pag may tinanong sa'yo at tinakpan mo, pwedeng sign of deceit. Kasi
pwedeng
pinipigil mo yung sarili mo magsabi ng totoo.
Pero parang nagtatago ka pagka
Yes,
ganyan
exactly.
yung mukha mo.
That's why ang open stance indicates more na open yung tao sa'yo at hindi, wala tinatago. Hindi nagtatago ng kung ano. That's why pag open yung stance mo, mas maraming pwedeng ma-enganyo sa'yo. Kaya kung lecturer ka, normally,
Open stance.
it depends kung anong classic lecturer ka. Kung if you notice yung speaker nyo kanina, ang style niya ng pag-lecture is ganon. Hindi nyo napansin? Tapos
Yes.
open siya. Tapos ganon,
Yes.
ganon. If you remember what I said, this is not positive. Pag ginaganyan mo, dinadown mo sila. Pag ginaganyan mo sila, dinuduldul mo. Parang teacher na stricto dati, if you remember. Oh, ito, rote learning eh. Tayo, so kailangan matutunan mo to, ganyan-ganyan. Ngayon, tayo, depende sa gusto mo mangyari. If you want na nurturing ka, if that's your style, mas open dapat yung stance mo. You learn by becoming more positive and not by forcing something on other people. If you notice, when I make the gesture, open pa rin. Whereas somebody making that gesture could be, nakaganyan sila, tapos ginaganon ko pa. There are many ways to do it nga eh. But the more positive, the more open is also here. Plus, keep your gestures below the shoulder.
Huwag mataas masyado.
Ayan, wag de. I'm not using that word nga. I don't use the negative word. Keep it within yung tinatawag natin sa baseball, strike zone.
Strike zone.
Ang strike zone is actually here. Shoulder level up to here. Ganyan. Keep it within your strike zone. But, of course, when you open up, talagang literally open na yan. Surrender na nga when you open up eh. So, if you notice a lot of motivational speakers that you can see on TV also, pagle-lecture sila, lalo na yung medyo on the religious side or motivational na medyo nurturing, na gusto nila mas marami silang ma-engage yung tao, most of their gestures are really open, wide. Tapos, of course, when I see their fingers open na ganito, na hiwa-hiwalay, iba interpretation nun. So, dapat mas ganun pa sila. If you notice, even in iconography, the fingers of those saints are normally closed. And when they make a point, it's normally like this or like that. Or pwedeng 3 fingers.
Paano naman po pag nakatago yung kamay?
May tinatago.
Oh, exactly.
Nasa
It has to be open.
O nasa pockets o nasa likod.
Yun nga. That's why open stances and open body language is exactly that, open. If it's not visible, somebody is hiding something. Reserve, pwedeng reserve din. But you may have to look, kung meron kang, ayan, combative,
pamewang.
talagang pamewang eh. Kasi medyo nakaganon pa. But may makikita kayo na not a gesture, it's a posture, nakaganyan. Pag ganyan, na lalo na nasa likod, actually, ano yan you're hand-holding yourself. It's a gesture of reassurance. Lalo na yung ginaganyan mo yung sarili mo, makikita mo yung mga tao, ginaganyan. Unconscious yan Your body actually tells more, your gestures say more than even your words. Normally, about 7% lang actually yung spoken About 15% pa nga is how it's spoken. The rest is actually body language that you cannot really hide. Unless you are a professional liar and a con artist, pinag-aaralan mo pa yan. Yun yung budol-budol gang. Yun ang sikreto ng budol-budol. Yung body language nila, ginagawa nilang ganon, nai-hypnotize ka because yung reaction mo is also instinctive.
Oh, galing! Ayan, ang dami nating natutunan kay Doc She. At susunod ulit. I hope next week, bumisita ulit.
Okay.
Bumisita ka ulit,
Yes.
Doc She.
Sana pala
Thank you.
kanina, bago natin pinapasok si Doc, pina-cross-analyze isa-isa tayo. Tapos sinabi niya, na ikaw kanina, ganyan. Oo.
Next
Hindi
time,
natin
sige,
alam.
panoorin niyo kami parate.
Actually, ginagawa ko for a few
Doc She.
guestings, di ba? Ginawa ko sa iyo,
lagi sa
ginawa ko
akin.
kay Erin.
Ay, talaga?
Yeah, I normally do that.
Actually, kanina pa siya nakamonitor dun sa labas.
Ay, talaga?
Nanonood na siya, pinag-aaralan niya na yung
Naka-analyze sila.
bawat body gesture ng bawat isa sa atin.
O, tsaka hinahangaan ko si Angelica Panganiban. Tsaka ang pambansang outfit of the day.
Oh, si Doc. Ayan, saan po ba kayo contact ng mga Facebook or Instagram?
Well, normally you just look for my name, Lejano. I'm on Facebook. But my team is Image Designers International and the other one would be Southeast Asia Speakers and Trainers Bureau.
Ayan.
Ikaw na.
Ikaw na.
Hindi ako, team namin yan. Kasi normally ano yan for the service-oriented industries, mas kailangan yan tsaka sa sales. Because you have to interpret the body language and at the same time, you have to show your body language so that mas maengganyo sila. Because in
Yes.
selling and in the service, you're actually selling yourself. Yun ang binibenta mo sa tao. That's why sales is actually selling yourself. Not in the literal sense. It's actually, pag pinagkatiwalaan ka, mas magtitiwala ka sila dun sa binibenta mo or yung serbisyo mo. That's why pag may nakita kang manager na nakaganyan lagi, tapos nakakross lagi, o kaya nakatago,
Matakot ka.
mas ano yun, ang interpretation mo rin will be negative dun sa kanya. That's why yung mga kino-coach namin na mga hotels when there are contests, tsaka well, they see that there's a dramatic improvement. Even if you're just at the door, hindi ba nakaganon sila lagi sa door, that's bad.
Ayun. Maraming salamat, Doc She Lejano.
Thank you so much.
Ayan.
Thank you for